Hey guys, what's going on? It's Stef here. Hope you've been well. I know I have. And welcome to 2021. For those of you who saw my last episode, I did mention that I was taking Christmas Day and New Year's Day off. So if you missed that somehow, that is where I've been. But I'm back now with uploads every Friday. Now in this week's episode, I revisited a site that just never stops producing. It literally never turns off, hence the title of this week's episode. I decided to try a different gridding pattern than what I have used in the past in a particular section of the property. I actually went diagonal from where I've gone perpendicularly before. And as I've preached in video after video, if you're hunting a field, you've got to grid, trust me. Your finds ratio will absolutely go up. Any experienced detectorist will tell you that. So before we get into the video, I know the Christmas season is over and maybe you're not in the market for gear right now, or maybe you are. Maybe you hate the machine you got for Christmas. I don't know. But you know you can always come to me for gear. I'm an affiliate of KELLYCO metal detectors and I can help you out and get you a deal on just about anything. Just shoot me an email at stefdiggs@gmail.com, or if you already know what you want from this store, just use my code STEFDIGGS when you check out. All right, let's hop in. Well, it's a little slow going out here today, but I've been here quite a few times recently, so I'm not that surprised. I do have a plug open and I have something pretty awesome in there. But first, this is what I found so far. I've been here for about 45 minutes or so. I am not sure what this is. Some kind of, probably some modern pin. I don't know. This nail that has like a, man, the sun is tough today. Like a crisscross pattern on it. Don't know what that is. And then, of course, a suspender clip. I just kind of got tired of filming those because I found so many out here. But I found something I haven't found out here yet, which I like to find. I have a shoe buckle tongue, Colonial shoe buckle tongue. And I just, as you guys know, I love finding shoe buckle parts. There's nothing more quintessential Colonial to me than a shoe buckle. And it's in beautiful shape. Really nice patina. I am stoked with that find. I know to some people that's just kind of a little like whoop-de-doo, but to me, it really is whoop-de-doo. I love finding this stuff, so. All right, I'll be back with you soon. So I'm kneeling on the plug for the shoe buckle tongue, and I've got another plug open. I think I know exactly what it is, and I've not found one before, so that's exciting, but I want to explain what I'm doing. I'm going diagonal in a field today that I've already gone perpendicular both ways. And I can't stress enough how many ways you need to grid a field before you can call it toast. And honestly, like, I never really give up on a permission. I'll come back for years and still pick up stuff. And I'm also, today, I'm running Park 2, on the Equinox, iron bias 1 on the 600, so that's 2 on the 800. So I'm running a pretty low iron bias just so I can hear everything, and I am digging a little bit more junk. But in any case, I'm digging more good stuff as well, good non-ferrous targets. So this was a 13, which is the same signal as the shoe buckle tongue. I dug down to it, and you can see it's really fancy, whatever it is. It's got this long pin attached to it. I think this is a Victorian hat pin, if I had to guess, if I had to wager a good guess. But obviously I haven't brushed it off or anything yet. So I'm gonna go do that right now and I'll come right back. Okay, I brushed it off just a bit. It's actually 2 parts. And sorry, it's hard to manipulate it in my hand. And it kind of comes open a little bit. So I don't know if it's supposed to do that or not. I really have no idea. I could be wrong about it being a hat pin, but I don't think so. They're usually about this size and nice and fancy like that. So I think that's what it is. And let's just say it's a really good thing I have several different finds cases in terms of size, because I have one that will actually accept something this big without breaking it, I think. We'll see what happens by the time I get home. It might actually break. It's kind of starting to break up here. But yeah, that's a really cool find. And, you know, I mean, that was 2 feet away from the shoe buckle tongue that I missed in the past. So, hey, game on. Well, I started to toss this in my pouch because I thought it was junk. It's not totally junk. It's falling apart. But I brushed it off first before I just threw it in the pouch. And it says J.T.L on the front. It's some kind of a hinge, and I mean, it's literally kind of disintegrating in my hand. Definitely good brass. I have no idea what it is, nor do I know what J.T.L stands for. I don't think that's like initials. I think that's probably a brand, but I could be entirely wrong. I really don't know. If I don't have something on the screen, let me know what you think it is. I am clueless. Okay, well this is kind of an interesting hole here. It's about maybe 8 inches down or so. I got a small piece of brass like this. Really didn't know what it was. Heard a much bigger signal with a pinpointer. Came up with this and another one of these. I am thinking it's another bayonet scabbard throat. I've dug a few of those out here, but just figured I would show you this now because I think I can hear a little bit more down there. So in the event this does look like a scabbard throat once I brush it off, I will let you know. Okay, so I got a pretty weak, like 10 to 11 signal. It was reading 8 inches down. It was closer to 6. It was on the side of the plug. I pulled it out over here where I just put it. Okay. And I know it doesn't look like much, but it's made of lead. And clearly, you know, like formed that way and not in a mold. I have found some Civil War remnants on this property. So somebody certainly could have taken a bullet and made like a fishing hook or some other kind of hook out of it. Maybe not fishing hook, it's not sharp enough. But I don't know what that is. If you have any idea what this was crafted into, let me know. I am very, very curious. Okay, so I would have showed more of this, at least in terms of the digging process, because I was really getting down there. I was about 10 inches down. I got a 10 to 11 signal. I thought it was going to be a tombac button or a suspender clip or something like that, but I guess it fooled me because I got this piece of iron. But I am wondering if it's the butt cap to a musket. Usually those are brass, but I have seen iron ones before. And it's the right size, so I don't know. I'm just filming this. I'll get an idea on it before this video drops, so I should have it up on the screen by now. But yeah, I'm only going to include this if it is indeed a butt cap to a musket. So sometimes it's a good thing that I don't use a GoPro because it's less editing for me, because I just saw this and I said, whoa, what the F is that? And as funny as the foghorn is, I don't like to have to edit that in all the time. Anyway, so I got a, I don't know, maybe like a 6-inch hit down there. It was a 16, 17, and that looks like a crop picker's check to me, something like that, or a token of some kind. Oh man, I can't see exactly what's on here yet. Something 80 maybe? Oh, maybe it's just a dog tag, I don't know. Yeah, it may actually just be a dog license. But let me brush that off. I'm not convinced just yet. Okay, I brushed it off a little bit. A lot of the patina came off, and I was just using my toothbrush versus my plastic bristle brush that I also keep with me. I can see 032, and that's it. It seems like somebody was trying to punch a number in and it went awry. I don't think this is a dog license. I really, really don't. It looks a little bit too crude for that, and we didn't really have dog licenses in the United States until the late 1800s. This just looks earlier to me. I don't think there's anything on the back. I can't see just yet, but that is pretty cool. I really don't know what it is. I hope I can figure it out before this video drops. I really like it, whatever it is. So, yeah. All right. We'll keep moving. Okay, so normally I don't do a cut-in when I'm asking for an ID on something, but in this case, I just can't help myself. I was so excited when I saw this pop out of the dirt, and I really thought it was a crop picker's check, which would be a first for me, but when I posted it online, a lot of people said, hey, maybe it's a coal miner's tag, maybe it's a luggage tag, maybe it's this, that, or the other thing, or the typical, gee, I don't know what it is, but it's super duper cool. And I do appreciate those comments, by the way. But can anyone help me out with this? Bear in mind, I'm in Connecticut, so kind of keep the locale in mind there. Just looking at this piece, I'm going to go with probably mid to late 1800s. And that's kind of a shot in the dark. I don't really know. I really don't think it's colonial. I don't think it's any older than mid-1800s. So with that information, can any of you help me out, please? There's a reason this made this on the cover of my video, because I really think it's a cool piece and I think it might be something special. So help me out if you can, and we'll get back into the video. But first, if you haven't already done so, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell if you enjoy what you're watching. Okay, back to the video. Oh, you just gotta love a perfect pop like this. Right down in the center of the hole there. It's about 6 to 8 inches deep. I got a 10 to 11 signal. So I was hoping for a tombac button, and I think that's exactly what I have. I would imagine. Unless we're going to get a surprise. Nope, looks like a tombac to me. Nice. Let's see if we have a shank. We have a shank. Hey! I'm going to brush that off real quick. I'll come right back. Okay, I brushed it off. I don't think there's a pattern on the front, but I have found one here before with a pattern, so I'll clean that up when I get home. The back is really cool, though. It's got this kind of lip to it, and just a perfect shank like it was dropped yesterday. That is a thing of colonial beauty. I'm really happy with that. I dig so many tombac buttons, but this one's in just outstanding condition. I love it. Well, I have to say, I really did not expect this one. It's about 6 inches down. It read up a 7, a solid 7. And I said, oh, what the heck, I'll go for it. Because one thing to note is when you change modes, detection modes with the Equinox, sometimes your normal ID numbers can change. So be open to digging pretty much whatever, at least when you're getting to know it. But I have a little button down here. It's actually not that little. It's about nickel sized. Got a little flat button. Didn't really look much at the back yet. I think there is a back mark. Yep. And a broken shank. Actually, there might not be a back mark. Yeah, what the heck. I'll brush it off and come right back. Now, you know what? I am glad I brushed it off. This explains why it was ringing up a 7. Not only is it paper thin, but that back tells me this is made of tombac. So that nice big chunky one I just dug was like a 10 or 11 signal. This was a 7, and that makes sense now. Okay, very cool. And the best signal of the day goes to this sucker. It's a dog tag. It's actually kind of cool looking, but it was a solid 28. Solid 28. That's a silver dime. I mean, that could be a state copper. Those run pretty high. But no, it's this aluminum dog tag from 1978, number 311. I like that band. I'm okay with that, I guess. This really should have been something different. But that's what I don't have, so hey. Alright, we're going to try to get a couple more targets in today. The sun is going down, but that was fun to swing over. Well, unfortunately, the sun went down really fast after that last screaming target, and I had to book out of there. I really detest this time of year because Mother Nature says, hey, time to go home, it's 4:30. I can't stand that. I miss digging until 9 o'clock at night. But all things considered, it was a good day for me, so we'll hop into the wrap-up right now. Okay, so on to the wrap-up here. I'm going to try to keep this short. I'm going to try in general to keep the wrap-ups a little bit shorter than they've been. I know they're really long to watch and a lot of people check out. But anyway, I didn't film this. These two pieces right here are part of a curry comb, so that would have been used to brush a horse. Given where I was, that makes perfect sense. Some undesirables here. That's that umbrella parasol. I labeled it in the video. I thought it was a scabbard throat because I found a lot of bayonet scabbard throats out there, but that's not what this is. This is absolutely an umbrella parasol. The dog license, which really gave me a heart attack at the end of the day. 28 is a fantastic number on my machine, so oh well. Still cool, I guess. I collect those to a point, so not too bad. A Wheatie that I did not film. You can't see the date, but I swear it's in the teens somewhere. That piece of a musical instrument. I'm not going to try to pronounce that guy's name. I don't have a French accent that I can, just whip out at any given time. But yeah, it was a French instrument, late 1800s, somewhere in there. Our really cool hat pin. I've not been able to unbend this, but that's because it's brass and, frankly, it's not worth breaking. There could have been a stone that went in between these pieces based on the examples that I put on the screen for you earlier, but I'm not sure. Still really cool piece, and that's a first for me. Never found one of those. We have our two tombac buttons, our shoe buckle tongue, which I just love. I'm going to put that probably in a frame with my other shoe buckle pieces. This piece, I still don't know what it is. Like I said in the video, or like I labeled it in the video, It's, you know, it's been called a lead pencil. It's been called a masonry brick spacer. It's been called a tool to pick out, you know, stuff from horses' hoofs. I don't know. If you have any ideas, let me know. I think it's probably just mostly junk, but you never know. That really cool tag I found that I still don't know what it is, and I would need your help on that. It just says, you know, it has 032 punched in there, and then looks like they kind of gave up. And the back is slick. I haven't taken a brass brush to this yet. Normally I would do that, but I kind of liked the way the patina looked, or at least what's left of it. So that's why it looks that way. Nice suspender clip there. And a corset clasp. I find those all the time, and I've filmed those a lot recently, so I just skipped that in terms of filming it in the field. Some got a huge iron spike. I don't know exactly what that would have been for, but I kept it. Sometimes I just keep weird stuff like that in the hopes that it's going to be something cool later on. A couple of really old casings there. The one on the left is possibly for a Spencer carbine, so that could be Civil War era. And yeah, I think I covered everything here pretty much. Oh, no, I didn't. I forgot. This is actually steel. I thought it was iron, but this is going to be steel. And that's the butt cap, or excuse me, butt plate to a rifle. Probably no more than 100 or 150 years old, but that's a first for me. I've seen them dug before, and I had never dug one myself. So that was pretty cool. All right, so that wraps it up. Well, that's all for this week, everybody. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and stay tuned in the weeks to come. I've got some incredible footage left in the bank, and I've been chomping at the bit trying to get to those days where I can upload them. But I'm trying to do things as sequentially as possible without cheating and putting a newer video first, even though there's one I really want to share. Okay, I'm getting off on a tangent now, so how about we just sign off. Remember, get out there, save what you can, do what you love. We'll see you next week.